Hey everybody, the Miss Peg here with your weekly lesson. So, first, before we get started, I just want to say I miss all of you very, very much. And because we're not going back into the actual classroom this year, I propose that next year in the fall, we have a lunchtime class party, class reunion. So I want to spring for that. If you guys are up for it, I just can't wait till the fall to get to see you guys all again. All right. So we have been working in our Big Ideas work package in chapter 7.2, multiplying binomials. In the first few pages of that, we skipped and we went to page 366. We have already done this example 2 area, multiplying binomials using a table, and practiced that. Going on to page 367, we have already done example 3, multiplying binomials using the FOIL method, and have practiced that. In addition, we use the information that we've learned to solve a real life problem. That was that hockey example here where we were solving for the area of that goalie region. And practice that. If you did not get the answers for 9 and 10, that's because I did not post them. All right, listen, try them on your own. If you do them on your own, this was 9 and 10 that was assigned. I will go ahead and I will give you extra credit. All right, extra credit. So sometimes people will say, well, extra credit, that doesn't matter. I know I'm going to do good anyway. But sometimes it's just a matter of character of doing the extra. Sometimes you get the extra when you do the extra. So if you want an extraordinary life, sometimes you just got to do the extraordinary thing. And the ordinary thing would be to just do what's expected. And the extraordinary thing is to do what's expected and more. All right, so be extraordinary. I know you can do it. So let's go on and be extraordinary in our work. So I am on page 369. I'm showing all the answers, that's really funny. 369 if you are in the booklet. If you don't have the booklet, here's what I put together for you right here. So this one, let me zoom. This is funny. There we go. I'm gonna zoom more. There we go. Okay, so these are the questions from the book. All right, so we're gonna do, the assignment is 11 through 18, and then 19 and 20. So that's the assignment. This is gonna be due, I don't know, probably in about 5 or 6 days. Okay, so let's get right into it. Grab my pen over here. I mean, it's okay if you wanna put on some music in the background, get yourself a snack, put it on pause, get a snack. So we're gonna just bang these out one after the other, okay? So I'm gonna do them with you. Please, please work along. Just don't copy the answers in the end. Work along with it because, oh my goodness, I'm so bad at this. You're only robbing yourself when you just copy the answers and don't allow yourself the opportunity to learn. Okay, don't do that to yourself. You're worth more. All right, so number 11 is x plus 3 times x plus 2. And let's see. This says use the table method. So we're going to be using a table method. All right, I'll tell you what, I'm going to use the table method on these, and then I'm going to use the FOIL method on those. All right. So here we go, table method. I'm going to set it up x plus 3 on the top of my table. Bring that down, remember? And then over here I have x and then plus 2. Bring that over, bring that over. So here I have x and x gives me x squared, and I have x and 3 gives me 3x. I have x times 2 gives me 2x, and then I have 3 times 2 gives me 6. So how do I wrap all this up? I say x squared goes out front. I say plus 6 goes on the end. And look at these right here. I have a 2x plus a 3x gives me plus 5x. And that's the answer for number 11. All right. Boom. How do I clear the whole thing? There we go. Here we go. Let's do number 12, FOIL method. So I have y plus 10 times y minus 5. So my first terms is y times y is y squared. My outer terms are y times negative 5, so that's minus 5y. My inner terms are 10 plus 10, or positive 10 times y is plus 10y. So then our last terms are going to be 10 times negative 5, which is minus 50. There we go. These are going to be combined. Remember, most always, you're going to have to combine like terms after you do FOIL. So we have y squared. Now we have minus 5y plus 10y. Minus 5y plus 10y. You should be thinking plus 5y. And then we have minus 50. That is an actual 50 right there. Okay, that should just say minus 50. Sorry about that. So y squared plus 5y minus 50 would be that final answer. I'm terrible with this pen. Oh my goodness. All right. Number 13, back to our table method. H minus 8, and we have H minus 9. So how does that look? I take this first grouping, and I do H, and I do a minus 8 over here. Line, line. Over here I have an H, so it's going to put the H here. Be careful with this minus 9. See that minus 9? Minus 9. So that's how I put those in. Okay? These two go together. That's H squared. H times negative 8 is negative 8H. H times negative 9 is negative 9H. And negative 9 times negative 8, so two negatives together is a positive, and that's going to be 72. These will combine together, so I have H squared. Now I have negative 9 minus 8. That's where I always say minus stays minus. That is negative 17. So you continue going in the negative direction. Keep the H, and then plus 72. All right. That is number 13, using the table method. Number 14, using the FOIL method. So, boom. C minus 6. And then we have C minus 5. So my first terms are C times C, C squared. My outer terms are C times negative 5 is a negative 5C together. My inner terms, negative 6 times C is negative 6C. And here we go again, double negative. So we have negative 6 times negative 5, two negatives, gives me a positive 30. Again, middle terms will combine. And look, I have a negative again. Negative stays negative with negative 11C. 5 and 6 is 11. So I have C squared, and then over here, plus 30. Boom. Final answer, number 14, using the FOIL method. So perseverance, keep going. Number 15. So I have 3K, oh, I like this one, minus 1. And then I have 4K plus 9. So I rewrote those right there, 4K plus 9. All right, so here's the deal. We're going to use the table method on this one. Number 15, we're doing table method. All right, so let me erase that. No, I didn't mean to erase the whole thing. Blooper. Okay. One more time. Again, this is number 15. All right, 3K minus 1 and 4K plus 9. All right, table method. First group, first binomial, I'm going to put 3K. Over here, don't forget it's minus 1. And a line, and a line. Got him. Now I have my 4K and a positive 9, or plus 9. So I'm going to put 4K. And then since that's positive 9, I'm just going to put 9. and put my line. All right, so same thing, but you notice the difference here is now we have coefficients that we have to deal with, so we do have to multiply those. So 4 times 3 is 12, and k times k is k squared. All right. Over here, we have 4k times -1. Okay, 4k times -1. So 4 times -1 is -4, and the k just stays. All right. Then I have 9 times 3k. Again, that 3 times 9 is 27, but the 3 did have a k, so the k sticks along with it. And now I have my -1 times 9. So only one of those is negative, so it's a negative answer, and 9 times 1 is 9. Remember that these will be combined together. So I have 12k squared. Now I have 27k minus 4k. 27 minus 4 is 23. So I put plus 23k and minus 9. All right, here we go. Final answer, number 15, using the table method. Moving along, number 16, and using the FOIL method. So we have 5g plus 3. We have g plus 8. I have my first terms, 5 times g, 5g times g is 5g squared. And then 5g times 8 is 40g. Here, our inner terms, 3 times g is 3g plus 3g. And my last terms, plus 3 plus 8, so that is plus 24. Middle terms will combine. I have 5, I'm making a Q, 5g squared. Now I have 40g plus 3g, which just gives me 43g. So plus 43g plus 24. You should definitely be getting the hang of this by now. If you are not getting the hang of this and you say, I am so lost and having problems with this, shoot me an email. Very much, just shoot me an email. Let me know. I won't know unless you let me know, because if I call you and you're not answering the phone or not answering my emails, how would I know? And I would definitely want to give you the credit, not only for the work, I want to give you also some credit for the effort, but also I want to do my job. And I want to help you to know, because these types of questions will be on end of course exams used standalone or in context, and they'll also be used on the PERT. They're used on college placements exams. So it's important to be able to know this is a super common question type or problem type to be used not only alone, standalone, but also on an exam. Okay, so that's why we kind of drill through these a lot. So what I did was I set up my -3 and my 2j up top. I set up my 4j and my -7 across the bottom. This is probably the messiest table so far. And I'm going to start multiplying. So 4j times -3 is -12j. And look at this. This is swapped around. We hadn't seen that before. Doesn't change anything. Just do the straight math. So 4j times 2j gives me 4 times 2, 8, and j times j, j squared. All right, so actually, well, I'll get to that in a minute. So now we have -7 times -3. It's 2 negatives, give me a positive, and the answer is positive 21. Now I have a -7 times 2j, which is -14, and then the j. If you notice this time, we're combining this way. So sometimes you just have to make sure you know exactly what the rules are, because if you just started combining this other diagonal out of habit and not notice that this has a squared on it, this 8j has a squared on it, you would really not find the right answer and probably get yourself a little confused. Either way, I'm still going to write this in standard order by writing the highest exponent term first. So I'll record 8j squared. Then I'm going to say, oh, look at that, -12j minus 14j minus stays minus, gives me minus, and 14 and 12 together is 26. j, and plus 21 on the end. That 21 was a positive from the start because those two negatives together. So that's number 17 using the table method. We are clipping through this. I'm so proud of you for following along. And I know that the more you follow along, the stronger you become in the skills. And then the more effort you give, it's like multiplying your result. And then it's like if you keep going, we're going to do FOIL method on this one. If you keep going beyond that and you even practice on your own or even ask questions when you're unsure, you exponentially increase your result. So again, that goes back to try to do the extraordinary all the time. All right. So 5D, yep, I recorded that right. Okay. So we're going to do our first terms. 5D times 7 is, so that's, negative 7. Oops. So that's negative 35D. Then my outer terms, 5D times 3D, and that's, we're multiplying for 15D squared, because that both had the variable D on there. My inner terms, so I have 12 times 7, if you notice, they are both negative, okay? So when you have both negative, you're going to keep it a positive. So if they're the same sign, which they are the same sign, even though they're negative, they are the same, you have a positive, and 12 times 7 there is 84. And then we have the negative 12 again here, times, let's do it like this, our last terms, negative 12 times 3D. So that's a negative and a positive. So these are not the same signs, different. So it's a minus. These would be same signs. These are not the same signs. And then 12 times 3 is 36. And that one has a D. Now, this was, normally we'd combine these inner terms, but remember, they threw us for a whammy on this 17 and 18 to just make sure we knew what we were doing and what was actually going to be what I like to call combinable. So to write this in standard form, I'd write 15D squared first. Then I know that I'm going to have a minus 35D, negative 35D, and look it over here, a negative 36D. So sometimes you may say, oh, it's 1D. No, it can't be because this is negative and this is negative. So I have to continue. Remember, minus minus stays minus. You keep going in negative direction. So I'm going to go minus the accumulation of 35 and 36. Well, I know that 35 and 35 is 70. And one more with the 6 would be 71. And then D on the end of that one. And then we still have our constant at the end, just positive 84. All right. So there we go. That is the final answer for number 18, and we have done a great job, but wait, there's more. So let's come down here and look at our errors. So here's what I want to challenge you to do. Let me get my fancy pens out. So this is your challenge. Let me get my pen. Boom. All right, now that we've done those questions, I want you to do error analysis for 19 and 20. So what you're going to do is you're going to find the error. So what went wrong? All right. Yeah, tell me what went wrong and go ahead and email me your work. Email me work. Or upload to the Google Classroom. That is so funny. All right. That's it. That's your whole assignment, you guys. If you were working along, you just literally finished it. So you are completely done in 20 minutes. So good job. Send me the work. There will be a journal question for the end of the week. I'll put the due dates for this stuff up in the Google Classroom. I miss you, and I will talk to you very soon.